But like we were talking about earlier, society's set up in a way for false identification and divisive identification, whether it be two sets of soccer fans who now hate each other or rioting, or whether it be, political parties, or whether it be businesses at war with each other, right? Like everything's set up in a way to get you to identify with something in order for you to be against something. Like that's what naturally ends up happening. Even schools, like I went to this school, you went to that school, we competed. Competition seems to be something that has been carefully crafted by capitalist society. And then when you see the rise of, by the way, I love competition. So a healthy competition is great. So I'm not talking bad about competition, but it's interesting to see how, again, it's so hard to compete without identifying as that being your worth.
Yeah.
And that requires so much mental, spiritual strength, in my opinion, to be able to differentiate between identification and attachment.
Well, it's really interesting because let's take the example of sports that you just mentioned. What do we call the people who participate in the sports? Do we call them players? What do we call the process that they're engaged in? We call it a game. But we don't treat it like players.